Good morning, tribe. Welcome, welcome, welcome to this morning's yoga for core. It's Alicia. I'm going to guide you through this very quick practice today. We're going to call this 10-minute abs. As you can see, my house is a little bit under construction right now, so we're going to try to get through this before the contractors get back. And we'll start in tabletop position. So bring the hands underneath of the shoulders, knees underneath of the hips. Spread the fingers nice and wide, tops of the ankles pressing into the mat. Bring that navel back in toward the spine, pressing yourself away from the mat. Nice flat back, neutral neck. Inhale, lift the hips, drop the belly, looking up. And exhale, tuck the pelvis under, lift the rib cage, top of the head releases down toward the mat. Still pressing away from the mat. Continuing to move through cat-cow with your own breath, at your own pace. One more round. Back to tabletop. All right, inhale, send that left leg straight back. Flex the foot, square the hips, engage the core. Right arm comes out, bicep next to the ear. We're reaching forward with the hand. We're kicking straight back with the foot. Good. If you feel nice and stable here, you can sweep that hand back, grabbing for the foot, kicking the foot into the hand, lifting with the chest, looking up with the head. We're doing cat yoga today. Hopefully I'm not the only one. And release it back down. Feel free to just stay in your bird dog if that's what feels good. If you need to just work those stabilizer muscles there, then, hold off on sweeping the hand back. It's a progression. So we'll come into it on the other side. We'll bring that right leg straight back, flex the foot, square the hips. You want the hips to be completely parallel with your mat, and then bring the left arm out. Now, if you're here and this is difficult, just stay here and work on this. If you feel good, if you feel confident, to sweep that hand back for the foot. And if you can come into this without falling over or holding your breath, then go for it. But if not, then just stay here. Woo, not there. There. And we'll release it back down. Rock the hips side to side. We're going to take a quick toe stretch, so let's tuck the toes, sit the hips onto the heels, and just give our wrists a little bit of a break right now. Rolling the wrists, finding movement with the hands here, getting a nice little stretch into the feet while we're at it. All right, let's come out of the toe stretch. Coming back towards tabletop. And this time we're going to tuck the toes and come into plank. Keep that booty down low. Everything in one nice solid line here. Core is engaged, nice and tight. We're holding for 3, 2, and 1. Bring the left hand in towards center. Open it up to the side plank. Option to take some variations here. So if you're nice and comfortable in your plank, maybe you want to come into a little tree pose or just lift that leg up. Play around with your balance, whatever feels good. Fall over, that's all right too. I'm going to try to grab the peace sign fingers to the toes. There we go. And come back to center plank. Good. don't be afraid to play around a little bit here. We're going to hold our plank again for 3, 2, 1. Right hand comes into the center. Let's turn it over to the other side. Again, find some fun while we work these abs. It doesn't have to be so serious. Wow. All right, let's bring it back to center. Hold it again. 3, 2, 1. Drop it down onto the knees. Let's sit it back in a child's pose for just a moment. Take a deep breath. And we'll take a lift back up with the chest. Coming back towards tabletop, cross the feet. Sit down on your mat. Bring the sits bones down. All right. Bringing the soles of the feet down onto the mat, bending the knees. Sit up nice and tall here in the spine. And then we're going to start to lean back. So you want to find that spot. The key here is we want to start here. See how straight we can get that spine. Lengthen up through the crown of the head. Then, keeping that straightness in the spine, start to come back. So the chest stays open and forward. The shoulders are back. The back is straight. Now we can come into our boat pose. Once you start to round the back, you'll start to notice maybe you go back further. You're not working the same muscle, so let's keep that here. Your boat pose can be anywhere you want it to be. Maybe your feet are down on the floor. As long as you're keeping the core engaged and the chest lifted, that's fine. Wherever the leg's at is your own preference. Good, and then we're going to come back up to seated. I want to work on the lower abs just a little bit. So this is a really good spot to use blocks. But again, I don't have blocks right now because everything's under construction. So let's make do. If you don't have blocks, we can grab books. So whatever you choose to use, think of them as extensions of your arms. So having a block or a book or anything that you can set and place your palms on are extensions of your arms. They just make your arms a little bit longer. They'll give us some space. So what we want to do is take our blocks or our books right next to our seats where we can place our hands straight down. And then we're going to lift the feet, lift the legs and cross the feet, and then press yourself up off the mat, keeping the legs lifted. Hold it for 3, 2, and 1. Lower it back down. Good. If you can try it without books or blocks, that's fine too. So I'll do it without my books. Let's do that again. And then this time when we come out of it, we're going to go straight into our boat pose. So lean back, keep the chest forward, lift the legs, cross the feet, have the hands next to you. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Press up. 3, 2, and 1. Boat pose for 3, 2, and 1. Let's press up again. 3, 2, 1. Seat down, boat pose. 3, 2. Chest forward. 1, and come back up. All right, so doing these little exercises, if you have some extra time and you want to add a little bit something into your day, I do recommend grabbing some books or some blocks and doing these, because not only are we working these arm and shoulder muscles really good, we're working those lower abs by keeping those feet up off of the mat. And then those are the muscles that you need to build in order to get a jump through practice. if you decide that you want to start doing jump throughs. So just hang out here whenever you get a chance. All right, let's go ahead and roll down onto the mat. Bring it all the way down, knees coming into the chest. Give them a nice squeeze. Maybe find a little side to side movement. Good, and then bring the legs straight out, extend them. Just gonna do a little bit more ab work before Shavasana. Reach the fingers up towards the toes. Let's do 20 toe touches. Go, and you can count at your own pace. Good. Arms coming down on your side, palms up whenever you're done. And then we'll slowly start to release the legs down. Nice and slow, slow as you can. Good. And once you're all the way down, bring them out to each corner of the mat and allow the feet to fall out to the side, closing the eyes. Take a deep breath, open the mouth, exhale it out. Sinking down into your Shavasana. Please stay here as long as you would like. Take your time. You earned it. Great job showing up for yourself, Tribe. Making it to your mat, making yourself and your practice a priority. Let's take one more deep breath together. Inhale through the nose. And let it go. Thank you so much for joining me today. It was my honor and privilege to guide you through your practice. Namaste.